Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you guys are having a great Friday, and thank you guys so much for joining me talking all things Masters of the Universe. Now, of course, yesterday, guys, on the channel, we went back and re-looked at or revisited the CGI Netflix show of He-Man, the Master Universe. And yesterday, we took a look at He-Man here, this version of He-Man from that show. All right, a different take on He-Man. All right. And we also looked at this very cool Orko of this toy line here, the CGI Netflix show. And today on the channel, guys, we'll be looking at this version of He-Man. All right. And this very cool version of Merman from the Savage Eternia line, the final line of this particular brand here. All right. Now, this line is now complete, now done, unfortunately. The line is now over. The show had 3 seasons on Netflix, and it was a fun show, like I said. It was, for what it was. And this line kind of pays tribute to that 80s classic feel of the vintage He-Man line. No articulation in the arms. You can't bend at the, at the elbows. You can't bend at the knees and stuff like that. You can't customize like what you can find in the Origins line and the Masters line. But it does have that spring-loaded attack or the power attack feature, okay, like the old classic 80s version did. So that's one thing. It was pretty cool. All right, a fun line, a different take on the world of He-Man. This was more kid-friendly. This was, I would say this is more targeted to the new generation or the next generation of collectors. As adult collectors, we can focus more on the Origins line and all brands, okay. But if you didn't prefer this line, because it's more like kid-friendly, you still had the Origins line, you had the Masters line, and this line was still a fun line to collect, but, this is something that, you can get the new generation to start collecting, a fun way to start, their collection, of this incredible line here, guys, of Master Universe, right? And, like I said, a different take on He-Man. Had 3 seasons on it, and I do believe there could have been a 4th season, because I think the 3rd season kind of left off with kind of a cliffhanger with, seeing Hordak. And I have a feeling that they would have probably called it the Savage Eternia, TV show, I guess, on Netflix. But like I said, a fun line, to collect. But like I said, also that this is a line like that has one thing in common with all the other Master Universe lines of the more modern day, like Origins and Masterverse and CGI, it didn't get a really big push. And this, at least in my opinion, in my experience, didn't get a really big push from retail, because I did not see any of these figures. For the most part, I never saw Merman. I never saw Orko right there. I got this He-Man at Walmart, the only one right there. And this version, of course, because this is Wave 1. But like I said, this is a line that I feel like Mattel didn't, really give it a great push. But it came with some great figures. It came with some vehicles. It came with its own play set, Grayskull. So there's a lot of variety in this toy line here, guys. And I feel like this is a line, this forgotten line. Hopefully down the road, I hope people will collect, in their collection, because it's, like I said, it's a fun line. But today, guys, it's we're going to be looking at Merman here, a very cool looking Merman, a very creepy looking Merman, and this version of He-Man, which I do believe that I never showed in my original reviews on the CGI line. Of course, like I said, so yeah, so this is like like almost like the first time showing you this version of He-Man. If you don't know what this is, it's a very cool He-Man. It's basically the same mold. In fact, let's get He-Man and this version of He-Man together right here. As you can see, they're almost like they're identical, the same mold right there. You get the same power sword right there. You get the same glamour shot. It would be kind of nice to get the glamour shot of this version of He-Man up there, not his normal look, but you can see him, back to, so you're getting the most out of your molds. There's no difference between the figures. So you get the Grayskull right there, which is, like I said before, it's a fun Grayskull. If you go back and watch my video on this Grayskull, it's a lot of fun. It lights up. It's got sound effects. It's got working like drawbridges that come down. Really creepy like. It's got Skeletor's laugh, and it's very cool. Very cool. It's got gun turrets that you can like pull off and use as weapons and like ships. I mean, you name it, guys. It's a lot of fun. In fact, it's right here. In fact, I'm gonna show you right here. This is the Grayskull right there. It does light up right there. You could put the power sword right there. This version, like that, like it gives you that core, values of the Grayskull when you put the power sword, like the old school Grayskull origins. When you put it in the slot right there, the drawbridge comes down, right there. As you can see, it does light up. It's got great sound effects. There's a little gun turret right there that does shoot out projectiles. There's computer screen. It's got the trap, the weapons rack right there. It's got the its version of the trap drawer right there. A lot of fun, guys. A lot of fun to collect. Right there's a nice lighters right there. A fun Grayskull, guys, from this line here. I highly recommend getting this. This is a lot of fun here. All right, and this brand was a cool brand. I just wish that Mattel would try to promote. No, unfortunately, no exclusives, no big promotion, no big push on this line. I don't know why that was. I don't know. I really wish that Mattel would at least try to push and promote this line better than it did, because like I said, it's a fun line, to collect. All right, a very different take on He-Man, and like I said before in these multiple reviews of the CGI line, I don't mind change or something a little bit different in the world of He-Man. Like it's like a multiverse, and this is a different universe of this incredible line here. In fact, the Revolution show, I do believe, paid tribute to this line when He-Man transformed with Teela to help rebuild Eternia in the Revolution show. I think he had that symbol on his chest, so that was like a little nod, I think, I believe, and I like that, giving that tribute. But this version of He-Man, right here, even though he's all yellow and stuff like that, unfortunately, he doesn't glow in the dark. That's all it is. So basically, all right, I guess it's his transformation. So there was an Adam featured or figure in the line. So it's basically like, here's Adam right here. All, as you can see, he also comes with a power sword, which is a little bit smaller. Okay, so he calls down by the power of Grayskull right there. So then there's this formation right there as he's becoming He-Man. He's getting the power of Grayskull to this version. So basically, this is like the mid-transformation from Adam to main He-Man here. Basically, that's why because it's called the powers of Grayskull He-Man. But that's it. There's no difference between you get the same molds here of this version of He-Man to this. It would have been nice, if this version of He-Man would have glowed in the dark, but it's still a very cool figure, And of course, in this show here, like I said, there's a little bit differences, like a multiverse, like I keep telling myself, in this world. If you're new to the channel, I'm sure you've heard it before. If you haven't, in this line or this cartoon, everyone in this particular universe, Master Universe, knew who He-Man was. They knew that Prince Adam was He-Man from the get-go. Okay, it started off with this Adam here having amnesia, didn't even know he was a prince. And Cringer is a big old Battle Cat in a way, and the only thing is difference between that Battle Cat and the one we've known and loved for over 40 years, prior to the show, he has no claws and stuff like that. So all his friends, I wish they really would have done this, given us their powered down versions of each figure, like Adam here, like we have Ram Man in our normal form, Duncan before he becomes Man at Arms, and so forth, and Teela being just normal Teela, because Teela is now the sorceress in the show. And so what I'm getting at, guys, is that each of these characters call down the power of Grayskull to like enhance their abilities. So when, of course, Adam calls down, he's He-Man. Teela, when she calls down the power of Grayskull, she transforms into the sorceress. So, and like Duncan becomes Man at Arms and so forth. Ram Man comes, transforms into this really cool, Ram Man or Ram Mam. It's a female. And then they have the power of Havoc, and all the Skeletor's minions like Evil Lyn and Trapjaw and Beast Man. They call down the power of Havoc to transform their abilities, to enhance their abilities too. So, like I said, it was a different take on the world of He-Man, and like a new way for the new kids to, try out this incredible line here, guys. But there is He-Man right there. Of course, the back of here is of He-Man. Now, what's really creepy, and I don't know what, if you look right there, you can see like pupils right there in his eyes. Okay, I don't know that. I guess that was a little artist, mistake. Of course, there's Evil Lyn right there, real fast, guys, and Skeletor. But the toy, the actual toy, guys. Okay, there's no pupils. It's just white eyes right there. And I just noticed that too, because we never reviewed this toy or this figure, first time on the show. And so I thought that was kind of weird, had the artist put pupils in the I don't know, the glamour shot right here. Maybe this version did have pupils. Maybe mine's just a little weird, But you can see right there, there's no pupils there. But other than that, it's the same exact figure, same exact power sword, from each version here. And but overall, a fun character. And I love the glamour shots, each figure, like I said, they kept that, they brought back that power attack, feature from the 80s line. It's got that 80s feel to me, in a way. I wasn't really keen on the smaller head figures there. You can see the heads are much smaller. Now, this is perfect right here. I think this is a perfect, Adam here. Shoulders are perfect. But as far as He-Man and the other figures, when they got their enhancements, they had smaller heads, which I was kind of like, I wasn't too keen on. All right. Big hands, big shoulders, but a fun figure. And I do wish that this figure could glow in the dark, but unfortunately it does not. All right. All right, so moving on to Merman now. A very creepy merman. One of those figures where, you're out in the ocean and you're scuba diving down the depths of the ocean and you find this creature living down there. I mean, really creepy. And I think this was, I think they showed him off on the third season of this show. But there's Merman right there. I love the mouth. I love the eyes. Very creepy, You got Grayskull again, right? Same packaging as before. You got, a little bit different as far as the size, different little color than the, first wave and stuff like that. Comes with this really cool squid, all right? One of his ocean buddies, I guess. There's old Merman right there. Would have been nice if we had that glamour shot like that with this figure, with the mouth open, where you can see the teeth. But there he is. I don't know if he comes with a weapon. I don't think so. Which is okay. So the squid is the weapon. Okay. No iconic, corn sword and stuff like that, or or a trident and stuff like that. It's basically like a squid. Okay. But he was part of the final wave. This was the last wave that came out on this CGI show. Okay, before they, I think they were going to do a fourth season on Netflix before it got canceled. I'm up if they did bring this show back, and I would be up for it. Like I said, it was a fun show to watch. All right, but there is old Merman right there, and like I said, retail didn't. I never saw this at retail or most of these figures from the CGI line. I have the complete sets of the single carded figures like this, and after wave one of He-Man and Skeletor and those figures, after that, I didn't see hardly anything. I mean, barely. It was a Walmart and Target exclusive, figure, so it was not exclusive. So you could have found them at Walmart or Target if you're looking for it. Now you got to find them on Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth, Amazon, eBay. If you wish to collect this line, like I said, it's a fun line to collect, and a line that now it's done. That who knows down the road, this is maybe it will go up in value because it's now, done with, and you can complete this collection now if you wish, if you're, if you love this line, but who knows, so it's up to you guys basically if you want to collect this line or not. Right now you can probably find these, at a reasonable price online if you wish to collect this line, guys. Right. Turn back in the back right here. We've got old Merman here. There's Merman once again. And there's the crossover. So we get another He-Man version of He-Man. But this version here of this He-Man, which I do have, he's fully shirt. You know, he goes shirtless here. He's got the arms out. You know, in this version he has the full black suit basically around his arms. Try to get focused right there. And he comes with a little Cringer type figure. And then Hordak right there, their version of Hordak. With, I guess that's supposed to be Imp right there, his little buddy right there. All part of that final wave of the Savage Eternian line. Alright, but there you go, guys. And of course, you know, like every so often, guys, you know, I will be going back and looking at these amazing figures from the CGI line, you know, every so often. You know, it was fun to revisit. And like I said, there's no like variety. I'll just pick out some random figures, you know, every so often to look at and revisit because it was fun, you know. Like, if you are new to the channel, if you're not familiar with this show or this version of He-Man that came out, you know. If I had to do like a top, like what's my favorite one to my least favorite one, you know, of these four figures here, guys, you know, random figures here. Number 4 would probably be this version right here of He-Man, because it's basically the same version of He-Man. It's just all yellow, you know. There's no difference, but it's pretty cool. You get the same power sword, same figure sculpt, you know, get the most out of your molds. But the only difference is that he's all yellow, but he doesn't glow in the dark. You know, then that's it. This version of He-Man. And then this version of He-Man, which is really cool. A different take, but it was still fun. Of course, this version of He-Man, if you don't know, if you watched my video yesterday, he came out in this version. He came out in the CGI line, he came out in the Origins line, and he came out in the Masters line. So that's the only He-Man right now in the modern day figures. That this figure here came out in all 3 brands, from the CGI to the Origins and to the Masterverse. All right, which is pretty cool, right there. Now, I would go next, Orko, right there is number 3, getting the silver medal right there. I love this Orko. It's a different take. It's a robot. It's a cyborg. Not a cyborg. It's like I said, it's a robot. That I can't remember if the little Trollan, the real Orko, you know, took over his body and, you know, and became this version of Orko. But a fun Orko. I love the look. You know, it looks amazing. I love his flight stand. Really cool. And his blast effect right there. I love the little O right there for Orko. Right there. And of course, you know, my favorite figure of this line, of this particular revisit, is this version of Merman. Creepy, it looks amazing. I wish he came, you know, with a sword or something like that, but I love the look of him. It looks pure evil, in a way. Is that down there? I'm looking at his little on his forehead there. I'm seeing the gold little jewels right there. Did they have that on there? No. Man, that's a little bit of a letdown. That would have been really like a nice touch. They would have included that on the face sculpt right there. That gold symbol and like jewelry on Merman right there. They don't have that. But still, really cool. Very cool. But there you go, guys. There's a look. You know, a little revisit of some of the figures from the CGI line. Like I said, we'll come back every so often to pick out random figures. And I have, like I said, there's vehicles too. Let me show you. All right. There's, you know, we got, you know, here we go. And back up. Here we go. Sorry. Let me get these guys backed up here real fast. So we get vehicles too. We get Skeletor. And Skeletor with Panther motorcycle. Got the Havoc staff right there. And this, you know, figure can be removed from the bike. So you have another single-carded figure. All right. This line came of 7-inch pops as well. All right. Also, you know, guys, came with like giant, like battle armored figures as well. We'll come back and look at some point. Right there, giant battle armored Skeletor, battle armored He-Man. Came with a really cool 2-pack. right here of this He-Man Skeletor. This was a Walmart exclusive, and I feel like if this line had continued, you know, with the shows and stuff like that, and you give them more seasons, you know, I have no doubt that we would have gotten multiple packs of different characters in this line. Like you can have, you know, Evil Lyn and Tila in a double pack. You could have Beastman and, you know, who else? Ram Man, you know, Man at Arms versus Trapjaw or Cronus, you know, and this, you know, and so like I feel like if the show had continued and the line had continued, I have no doubt in my mind that we would have gotten these multiple double packs of these cool figures here, and they're a little bit different. Like you can see, real fast, guys, this version of He-Man right here is almost identical from this version right here. The only difference between this He-Man, like I said, you know, it's the same, you know, sculpt and all that, is that he's got the tattoos of the yellow around his arms right there, showing the power of Grayskull, kind of like this in a way, but these are white. But he does not have that. This version, the Wave 1 version of He-Man, does not have that. But other than that, you got the same exact figure. There's no difference. You get the same power sword once again. A different version of Havoc Staff. Even this particular Skeletor is a little bit different. You can see the Havoc magic arm right there. And, you know, it's got the Havoc going through him right there. Some sort of training robot. I'm not sure what that was all about, but very cool. Very cool line. All right. So there you go, guys. I'll show you like the variety of this line here, guys, was amazing, you know. From vehicles to, you know, giant, you know, 7-inch or 8-inch figures right here to, you know, 5.5-inch figures that pay tribute to the 80s line right there with the power attack feature, you know, with the, you know, you get the, you know, not the articulated, but like the old classic arms and legs from the 80s line, which I thought was really cool. All right, guys. Go ahead and put these guys back to normal here as we close up. All right, guys. I'd like to take the time now to thank my subscribers. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. If you made it this far in the video and have not subscribed, please subscribe, guys. I love talking with you guys. All things Masters Universe, like the CGI line here from time to time, to the Origins line, which could be the Vintage line, to the Cartoon Collection, to the Turtles of Grayskull, to even the Masters of the WWE Universe, which was a line, the godfather or the grandfather of the line, which you saw WWE superstars in the world of Eternia and Origins-based figures, which was I guess the very first line of Origins figures was that line, and we've been looking at those figures. And the Superstars line. Now the Superstars line was a pure wrestling line of the Origins line. It's pure wrestling, and why I'm bringing that up is because tomorrow we'll be looking at Wave 3 or Series 3 on the channel. Unfortunately, I don't have any loose figures because even though I collect this line, you know, it's not my top priority. You know, it's my 4th favorite line, or I guess now 3rd favorite line to collect, I guess, because this line is now done. So it's Master Universe Origins, Masterverse, you know, as a combined whole. You got Turtles Grayskull, Cartoon Collection, and then as far as Origins figures, then it'll be the Superstars line, you know, which is still a fun line, you know, but it's pure wrestling, you know. And I do enjoy collecting that line, the Superstars line. But, you know, if I saw, you know, anything new from the Master Universe, I would, you know, choose those figures over the Superstars line. Nothing against the Superstars line. I love wrestling. It's like my 4th favorite line to collect. And on tomorrow's channel, we'll be looking at that Series 3. And one thing, like with all Origins lines, guys, it's very frustrating. That line, that Superstars line is very frustrating to collect. You got to have some patience, basically, for that line. Because you have no idea when the next new figures are going to come and when they're going to come. And so that's one thing that has in common with the, you know, the standard, you know, Cartoon Collection, Turtles of Grayskull, you know, Superstars line had that same, you know, you have no idea when the new line or new series of figures will be coming out. And it's a Walmart exclusive, okay? Like, you know, that's the only place you can find the Superstars line is at Walmart. But unfortunately, I don't have any loose figures of this line. We're just going to look at them in the packaging. All right, and sorry for this long outro, guys. But we will be looking at that, tomorrow or starting tomorrow. All right. Of course, hit that like button, guys. Please do. Thank you for that, guys. It helps my channel to get out to grow for more people who love He-Man, who collect He-Man, and this amazing product, guys, for over 40 years, guys. Who have a passion for this amazing product, guys, and in this world, in this universe. Hitting that like button, thank you so much. And of course, hit that notification bell. And tomorrow, like I said, we'll be going back to Series 3 of the Superstars line, Pure Wrestling Origins figures. All right, and we'll look at them. Of course, share this video, guys, who has a passion and a love for collecting all things Master Universe for over 40 years, from the 80s to the CGI line, to the Masters line, to the Classics line, to the Turtles of Grayskull, Cartoon Collection, 2000X, Princess of Power, you name it, guys. 80s, the 80s, the started it all. Super 7, Mondo, Funko Pops, you name it, guys. This amazing brand, guys. So, guys, I hope you guys have a great Friday, and I'll see you guys on Saturday. Take care, guys, and have a good one.